And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Lou Ferrigno, Arnold, okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay. Hey.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes.
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do
mean,
it? Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when it's
try
time,
this
when,
with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
Just a sexy eye right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
P-A-S-C-A-L. P-A-S-C-A-L. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild. Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Find somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Yes, good morning. It's a Thursday, y'all. It is a Thursday. I got weird stuff in my beard. It's a Thursday, y'all. Jack is in the house. What's up, man? What's up?
Yo.
What's up? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, thriving, thrilling, fantastic. Why not? Thursday. Hopefully you guys are doing something positive, making some dope things happen with your day and all that good stuff. Got to be honest, I'm sorry about last night. My internet is extremely fickle. One day, it wants to be friendly. The next day, it don't. Right now, also, apparently there was a huge outage of service throughout my area. Yeah. So I'm sorry about not having a show last night. It would have been nice to rap with y'all, chop it up, have a grand old time. And the internet was not very forgiving for some weird reason. But we are here. We're knocking it out today. So far, it's been good. So hopefully, it continues to be that way. But it's been acting a fool. You know what I'm saying? Acting a straight fool. Technology lately has not been my best friend. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure it out. But hey, y'all, we're here. We're making it happen. And I'm happy to be with y'all, talking with you guys about all of the stuff that's going on. Because there's a lot of stuff that happened overnight, which we're going to talk about here in a second. But before we jump into all of that stuff, good morning to everyone who is on. Definitely hit that like button down below if you're having a good morning and excited about being on with us today, because every day is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do this show is an absolute blessing every single day. You know what? I get upset and I get very depressed. Seriously. I get upset. I get sad. Not depressed, but I get sad. Correction. I get sad when I can't do this show. I get sad when I can't do my 7 p.m. show. I get really angry about it, man. You know what I'm saying? I love what I do. I loves what I do. So, anyway, good morning to Zozo Bob, Tanu Vane, Mr. Super. Yes. Hello. Yeah, there was a little bit of a hiccup this morning with the intro song. Isn't that lovely? See what I'm saying? Technology has not been my friend lately, y'all. Damn. But I appreciate you guys just pushing through with me, just rolling with the punches and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Tanner Vane, thank you. He says that the 7 p.m. show is his favorite way to wind up the day. Man, I really appreciate that. And that for me, too. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like dealing with the bull, you know what I'm saying? Just chop it up a little bit even more, you know, and get those frustrations out. And sometimes you're doing that. And another thing, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes we get to just chill, sit back, relax, and laugh about how crazy the world is and how crazy people can be. You know what I'm saying? Man, hit that like button if you're feeling what I'm saying right now. But anyway, we got my brother Jackie Buck in the house. What up, man? How's it going? What's a guan?
Currently seeing my default camera on the laptop kind of kicked in, and the other one, for some reason, in the USB port I was using wasn't doing its thing. So I think it's switched over now, but yeah, I think so. Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey there. How are you? Good to see you.
What's up, man? What's up, man? You know what I'm saying? My brother Jackie Buck in the house. And then we also do have Lydia Caesar. Hail Caesar! Going to be on the show a little bit later on today around 10:30 to drop some of that pop culture stuff that's going on in the world and everything. So be on the lookout for that. I'm excited about that because there's a lot to talk about in regards to things that are going on outside of all the craziness that's going on in the streets. Damn. Sorry for screaming and yelling and all that, but I am so tired. Aren't you sick and tired? I'm sick and tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm terminally ill and tired. You feel me? Of all this stuff that's going on, and we're going to talk about that here very, very shortly. But on a positive note, you doing okay, Jack? How the kids? How's the wife? All that good stuff.
Enjoying this beautiful autumn weather that we got coming through. I'm not a fan of the 95+ degree heats because, I sweat. And, it's a...
like a normal human. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But, I like, I really enjoy the long sleeve weather to where you can go out, you can put on a hoodie, and just this is this time of year that I like. So that's my positive thoughts that are happening. So it's about fall.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about like what we're gonna do with on Halloween, because there's a lot of places saying that you can't go trick or treating, or you shouldn't go trick or treating. I don't know if they're gonna do more of those like parking lot, come around to the back trunk of the car type of situations. But Halloween's been different this year because technically a lot of people will have on masks, right? But I don't know if they're necessarily like safety preventative masks by wearing costume masks. So I don't know. And lots of different things coming up with this fall and in the wintertime to think about.
Well, the ongoing question is going to be, is it going to be fully canceled? You know what I'm saying? Is Halloween going to be canceled, y'all? And the thing is like, I remember that there would be people that would do this thing. Like if they didn't want to mess with, man, I got something in my nose. This is driving me nuts. You see that?
No, I can't. Dig in there. Get it.
Yeah, got to. Okay, there we go. That booger sugar. I'm totally kidding. So here's the thing. When it comes to Halloween, I know that there was a lot of people back in the day. When I was a kid, there was a lot of people that would, if they didn't want to deal with like opening the door and dealing with the snotty ass kids and all that stuff, trick or treat, they would literally just put out a bucket full of candy and just put a sign on it saying, please take one. Now there's a lot of snotty ass kids out there that would just dump a gang of it or get a handful of it and just take off with it. But at the same time, hey, if you're not distributing it and you don't have control over the product, you know what I mean, on how to distribute, then there are going to be some snotty ass kids that do that. So question is, how are you guys going to approach trick-or-treating for Halloween? How are you guys and your kids going to approach Halloween this time of year? Is it going to be full out canceled for you guys? Or are you guys trying to do something, some other alternative, Now, I've known, like what you just said, like there was like trunk or treat. Like it's like basically a tailgating party for your kids.
Right.
I've seen like they've been doing that. They've been doing that kind of stuff. A lot of parents do that just because they don't want to have to deal with the kids walking all over the neighborhood just to get candy. So they just kind of like, let's just consolidate it. They can get in their costumes. They can still be cute. They can still rock their outfits and stuff. You know what I mean? Feeling themselves and stuff, and still and be seen, and still get their candy. You know what I'm saying? So that's another. I feel like a lot of neighborhoods are going to be doing that exact thing, trunk or treat. And that's it. Like one big ass tailgating party. Parents can still, cut it up, have a good time, get a few drinks if they're not driving, because you are driving precious cargo. Let's not forget that. And then, and just do that. Or you do a trunk or treat, but instead, because, of course you got to keep 6 feet of distance with each other, you just start launching candy at each other. That's it. Just trick it. You know what I mean? Happy Halloween. Boom. You know what I mean? Turn it into a game. Who can catch the candy in their bag?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be, I don't know. I mean, it's all about, like, I could see it being safe if people put all the bowls outside and, like, left it there, whatever, or sprayed it down with Lysol or something. But, like, you got to be worried about, like, all the kids coming to your house. And especially in St. Louis, like, I think other cities, like, people just go around and they hand out the candy and that's it. But in St. Louis, like, we're like, well, what's your joke? You got to tell a joke to get your candy. So then everyone's, like, talking to, like, each other, and usually in close proximity because you can't hear the kids. So all the people coming to the door and they're, like, leaning down to be able to hear the little kids, say their stuff.
Here it is, though. I was always the kid that was just like, I don't have a joke, just give me the candy. No. That's just me. I'd be like, and? Knock, knock, who's there? You know what I'm saying? Boo, boo, hoo. Something stupid. I would just make something up. Just because I'm just like, I walked all the way over here to get
that
candy.
You bought with your hard-earned money to give to me.
I'm not your This is the entertainment. Do you see what I'm wearing? Do you see what I'm wearing? This is the entertainment, man.
Right.
Damn. Selfish ass. You bought the candy. You knew that I was going to be knocking on this door for the damn candy. Don't ask me for some freaking joke. Now you want me to tap dance now? What the hell? That's just what I think about it. Just saying. Don't ask me for a joke. Don't even. Man, do you see how much I look like an idiot right now? The costume's ripping apart, even though I paid $50 for it, even though Mom paid $50 for this ish, but it was made like it was made, with a budget of $5.
Right.
And now you want a damn joke. Come on, man. I'm here. Just give me some candy. You know what I'm saying? Just be done with it. That's all I'm saying. Eshi said something that I thought it was interesting too. She said, but if they put out a bowl, how many grimy hands will dip into it? Lots of them. But that's why when you get home, isn't it crazy that we're gonna be in that time that we have to sanitize each candy bar that we get, that every kid gets? You got to spray it with Lysol. I mean, that's pretty much what you got to do now. Ain't that some ish? That's crazy, y'all. Think about it. Crazy.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 dentists want Halloween to continue on.
Yes. All dentists are like, please, cavities. You know what I mean? Ha ha ha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be tragic if that was to happen. Real talk.
I always thought it was funny where it was like 9 out of 10 dentists recommend this toothpaste. I'd be like, well, wait, why would the dentist recommend the toothpaste that's going to keep you away from them? I think that they're recommending something that's not good for you. Because I want to talk to that one dentist.
Because they want their monies. They want their monies. You know what I'm saying? Hey, keep eating this candy bar. You know what I'm saying? It'll do good. It'll do you good. Trust me. I'd be like, maybe I'll just hold that for some time when I'm later. Now I'm gonna vigorously brush my teeth from now on. You know what I'm saying? I am passionate about this free candy, Eshi. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Shoot, I'm just telling you. Every kid, like, and I guess that's the reason why I wasn't a big fan of Halloween, personally. But at the same time, when I was a kid, like, I still enjoyed it. But like, you know, when you become an adult, I'm sorry, you're getting dressed up like an asshole. I'm sorry, I'm just saying that you're getting dressed up like an asshole just so you can go hopefully get laid. And then there's all these girls that are dressed up as sexy versions of something, and it's just another reason for them to go around looking like, you know, scantily clad running around. You know what I'm saying? And we're all getting drunk and looking like idiots.
I think that's going to be the bigger issue, is going to be these college parties that have the, you know, Halloween punch that's put out. And everyone's doing communal, like, you know, ladling to get their drinks. And, yeah.
Sorry, Ishii. But yes, I agree. Sorry, I'm just correcting.
Yeah.
I'm just correcting the name. But anyway, moving on from it, is it going to be, I'm just curious, everybody, comment down below, is it going to be canceled in your neck of the woods or nah? Let me know, because I'm curious. I'm curious how everybody else, how every other city is going to be handling trick or treat this year. Mm-hmm. Or sorry, Halloween. Sorry, trick or treat. How are they going to handle Halloween this year? You know what I'm saying? So far in my neck of the woods, or our neck of the woods, it's still on. I haven't heard anything different. But speaking of local, a little bit of local information, Governor Parsons and his wife have contracted the COVID. Now, if you don't know, he is a Republican that has been denying the use of masks. He has been heavy about trying to get schools open, all that. And as of yesterday, he has contracted the COVID. Governor Mike Parsons and his wife both have COVID-19.
Dang.
Kind of funny, though, right? I mean, if you really think about it. Somebody who's sitting there going, hell no, I ain't down for it. We all need to get the schools back open. This COVID is not something to worry about. Wear a mask. Pish posh. Then suddenly, Rona. Isn't it funny how the cards are played out? How cards are laid out? Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
I mean,
sorry, not sorry. For someone who sits there and says, you know, who's been pushing for us to get things going. And I understand getting the country and getting the state running and back up and running again. For one to sit there and deny, and sit there and say, you don't need to be wearing these masks and all this stuff. We don't need to be wearing any of that crap. And all of a sudden, Rona and the wife. Two for the price of one. You know what I'm saying? A bird in the hand is worth two. No, that doesn't work in that saying. But you know what I'm saying. Crazy. Zozo Bob Parsons is the governor of Missouri. Sorry, he's the governor of Missouri. So Governor Mike Parsons is the governor of Missouri. And he's one of the biggest advocates getting, at least in Missouri, of obviously getting the economy up and rolling again. And he is somebody who has been denying the use of masks. And now he and his wife have the Rona. There it is. There it is, y'all. Like I said, it's an Alanis Morissette song. Alanis Morissette song. That's what I was trying to say. It's like rain. You know what I mean? It's ironic.
Yeah.
It's funny how the you know how the pendulum swings sometimes. That's all. That's all. And I mean, of course, I wish he and his wife swift recovery. I hope they're going to be all right and everything. But of course, it is just an ironic tale to tell. You know what I'm saying? This thing is real, and it don't give a damn about nobody. Nobody, like not nobody, man. So So there you go.
Well, he says that right now they feel fine. They have no symptoms of any kind.
Of course he's going to say
right now,
that.
we just have to take the quarantine procedures in place.
Of course he's going to do that. Of course he's going to follow those rules. Nah. You know for a fact he's going to be wearing a mask. Well, actually, he doesn't really need to wear a mask anymore now, right? He's got if he gets past this with flying colors, he still has he'll have the antibodies, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, and then he can just pass it to everybody else.
Then you go and pass it to everybody else. Yeah. Zozo Bob, exactly, Keith Sweat. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Zozo Bob. Yes, nobody ever gets that. No one ever gets that nobody, literally. I'm proud of you, bruh. I'm proud of you. I mean, aside from Jack and like Lydia and, you know, everybody else who's a part of the show, they get it because they hear me say it all the damn time. But everybody who listens that doesn't say that. Keith Sweat, thank you, baby. Thank you, my dude. Jaha. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. Jaha Mano. Thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. Said Sweden isn't in lockdown, never locked down. No masks, and they are not all dead. And you know what? You're absolutely right. Whatever they did, whatever Sweden did out there, they must be doing something, or maybe there's something in the water. I don't know. Maybe they breed them differently out there. I don't know what it is. Thicker skin, higher tolerance, a stronger immune system. I don't know. You know, they could be mutants over there. I don't know. But all I know is that, yeah, they haven't had any issues thus far. At least it hasn't been put out there for the world to hear as of yet. You know what I'm saying? So that is very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? But we got to jump into this conversation, guys. We got to jump into this news and all that. Now, and it's part of our top story. It's one of our main subjects of today's show because there's so much going on. All right. So yesterday they broke the news about Breonna Taylor's decision, the decision behind Breonna Taylor's case, finding that not one officer is being charged for the killing of Breonna Taylor. So I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. Charged with the killing of Breonna Taylor, right? Now, as we already know, there was a no-knock warrant that went awry. All right, it was a botched no-knock warrant where Breonna Taylor was shot over 8 times and she died at home unarmed. Now, they have put out a statement, basically, or they've made a huge statement. Attorney General Daniel Cameron went live, basically explaining everything. They went down into great detail in regards to the ballistics and all things that led to her death. They say that none of the officers were responsible for the death or will be charged for the death of Breonna Taylor, except one thing is going to happen. A officer by the name of Brett Hankinson is being charged with 3 counts of first-degree wanton endangerment. Now, first-degree wanton endangerment, if you don't already know, I've already did kind of a little bit of a deep dive in regards to that on a pop-up video. So please go take a look at that here after this show, of course. But what is going on here is, of course, there's a lot of people that are very upset. They hear about this news and it's heartbreaking. If you see the footage of the Breonna Taylor's mother finding out, she just basically breaks down. There's a lot of people broke down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are very upset with the fact that there is no justice being made for Breonna Taylor. Hashtag justice for Breonna Taylor. That's not happening at all. Now, I, of course, have said this in this other pop-up video. Go check it out. But the question I asked is this going to be enough? And we also said in another episode, in a morning show 2 mornings ago, that they were boarding up, they were doing a state of emergency. They were boarding up businesses and all that stuff. And what did I say? I said, ish is about to get real. Ish is about to hit the fan, y'all. This is going to be bad, right? And lo and behold, Ish has hit the fan. Now, I even said it. I have a feeling this is going to go national. I said it first. And guess what happened? It has hit the fan nationally. There are cities that are popping off. That have been, maybe protests have been at a low hum. Now things have gone up into riot levels. All right. Things are back on fire again. Things are being vandalized. There's looting. There is rioting all over the country right now. So I just wanted to say that real quick and say that out loud. All right. Even in St. Louis, even in our own hometown, things are on fire. I wake up early this morning, to find the police department in downtown St. Louis has been set on fire, or at least the front of the police department is set on fire. The place where Chaz and Chop, Seattle, the same area that Chaz and Chop was even created and built or made, looting and rioting is back up at an all-time high all over again. There are protests in New York City, protests going on in Louisville, which we'll talk about here in a very, very quick second. Chaos is all over the country. I said it. I'm not happy about it. This is not good. When they gave that information, when they gave that news, I was like, man, this is going to be bad. This is going to be really, really bad. But what's funny is that the chaos didn't happen immediately. But then a few hours later, that when they made that announcement, 2 officers were shot in Louisville. Yeah. 2 Louisville officers were shot amid the protest for Breonna Taylor. So hours after a Kentucky grand jury brought no charges against Louisville police for Breonna Taylor's death, and protesters took to the streets, authorities said 2 officers were shot and wounded Wednesday night during the demonstrations, expressing anger over the killings of black people at the hands of the police. Interim Louisville Police Chief Schroeder said a suspect was in custody, but did not offer details about whether that person was participating in the demonstrations. He said both officers are expected to recover and one is undergoing surgery. What else you got, Jack?
Yeah, I was just been looking at trying to find these videos and stuff. There's some things that show like as everyone's kind of marching, and then you hear some gunfire go off, and I guess that the officers were responding already to gunfire that had been reported from a large gathering. Yeah. And then when they got there, then more gunfire happened, and there's like just videos of people like running. So I'm not seeing anything that actually shows like the direct interaction. But yeah, it's I guess there's people marching down towards downtown. And then as the rioters, and I guess at that time protesters became rioters, but they were burning trash cans, calling to defund the city police again.
Back at it again.
Fires were being set along the way. You can see people, just breaking Starbucks windows and other business windows. But I mean, the city knew what was going to happen. They. Everything that they found important was boarded up, and the tables have been flipped, bottles smashed, and outdoor seatery. Basically, the DC Civil Disturbance Unit had been put out. Any major city had something going on. But. By the way the law works, because the police officer fired upon first when they're going into Rihanna's house, that then they can't be charged because they were defending themselves.
Yeah. I mean, here it is. Okay, you could look at the facts all day. You know what I mean? You could look at the facts, Jack. Get it? You look at the facts all day long and sit here and say, oh, this, and this, and therefore that's the reason why, and blah, blah, blah. And that, of course, she's going to get shot and killed of course, she's going to be in the line of fire when something like that happens.
Right.
And we could look at that all day long and break it down. But at the end of the day, how she died was not the right way to die. She should be having babies, living a life that she wants to have, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that might be. Pursue a life of happiness and die a ripe old age of whatever. You know what I'm saying? She should be having that kind of life, but she's not, because there was chaos. It was a botched no-knock warrant. Let's just start there at the very, very beginning of it all. And
right.
I mean, and of course, and I understand about the facts. I understand that, even when we got started with the show, there was a comment that was made. I'm going to try to find this really quick. Mr. Super said, I'm reading about finding a body in Breonna Taylor's rental car. Now, here's the thing. There is reports about that. And thank you so much for that comment, Mr. Super, because that was very, very early on. Now, here's the thing. Yes, there are reports that there's a reason why she was not an EMT anymore. That the media is telling everybody that, oh, she was an EMT. She was studying to be a nurse. But apparently she was fired. That she was not an EMT at this particular time because she had there was a rental car with a dead body in it that her name was attached to. Her name was on a rental car where there was a dead body in it. And because she was involved with the riffraff and the criminals that she was involved with, she was under a lot of surveillance. Now, her ex-boyfriend was a criminal, or is a criminal, I'm sorry, and used to use, and this is all in the reports, used to use her home as a delivery point, like a drop-off point for the car. She was part of the cartel. Now, I understand all that stuff. You can sit there and say all this stuff and say that she's a criminal, she's done this and that and the third, she's done all this terrible stuff, and no. You can break it all the way down, right? Trust, you can. But at the same time, though, she's still a human being. These are all still alleged. These are all still speculations, or not speculations, but you see what I'm saying. She was not brought in, the whole belief of innocent till proven guilty. She was still under investigation. Obviously, they had a warrant out for her arrest. Fine. But that don't mean that woman should be dead right now. Period. Right. Doesn't mean that. Yes, it was a botched up no-knock warrant or no-knock procedure. And everything went awry. But homeboy Brett Hankinson is literally getting a slap on the wrist because he shot some walls. Now, so you're telling me the walls of other people's apartments are more important than Breonna Taylor's life? Come on, y'all. This doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Not one person's being brought to justice over the death of Breonna Taylor. No one else is left to blame. There's no finger being pointed at someone who's responsible for the whole thing. The person who led the no-knock warrant. What about that person? Any of those things, none of them are being blamed. They're sitting there saying everything was just. A woman died. A 26-year-old woman died, and they're saying that is okay. Nope. Looks like there's no one to blame. What? So where did the bullets come from? You know what I'm saying? Who shot them bullets? You're telling me that you're only going to give him one cop 3 counts of wanton endangerment, and you know for a fact, with a bail of what is it, $15,000. So he can get that in 2 seconds, man. He can get $1,500 and be out the dough, free as a bird. This woman died, man. This woman died, whether she was a criminal or not. She was unarmed. And yes, okay, I understand. Some people are like, well, technically she wasn't in her bed. I understand she wasn't in her bed, but she's still dead. She didn't have a gun on her. She wasn't out there blasting like bow, bow. You know what I'm saying? She was just laying in her bed dealing with and finding out what the hell is that. I do the same damn, man. Somebody coming pounding on your door and you don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You're out, you at home chilling, Netflixing, chilling, doing your damn thing. And all of a sudden, boom. What the? You know for a fact you're going to be pulling out a weapon. Shoot, come on now. Let's keep it straight funky. Now, there's 12 accounts, 12 different eyewitnesses that said certain things. You want to know how many people said that they said that the police announced that they were coming? One. Just one. One, baby. So 11 other people said we didn't hear anybody say anything about cops saying that they were cops or announcing that they were cops. No one announced not a damn thing. One person said that they heard police. One out of 12. I'm just saying that it just. I'm not sitting here trying to say that this justifies the people going out and rioting and burning and looting and the vandalism and everything like that. No, I'm going, please, everybody chill. Everybody, please come back. Like, chill, everybody. We need to figure out another way. Because burning things down, I understand you're upset, but burning things down is not going to solve the problem. It's just causing another cyclical issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm listening to this I'm listening to this thing, right? I'm listening to a person on YouTube, right? And they're talking about the whole thing. They're talking about the whole verdict and everything. And of course, they're hardcore right, and they have their own personal opinions about everything. But they did say something that made me think about it too. It's just like, you know what? They had a really good point. It's this thing that I'm really scared about. It's a thing that I'm really concerned about. That's already been happening. And you want to know what it is? It's vengeance. It's revenge. It's here it is. You hear something about, for example, let's use Breonna Taylor, for example. You hear about Breonna Taylor, the Breonna Taylor case decision. It's not going the way that the public right now wants it to go. It's not going to go that way at all. All right. So people go out in the streets. They get very angry. Everyone's pissed the hell off, understandably. Guess what? Which is something that we are going to talk about here in a second. 2 cops, or we just talked about, 2 cops have been shot. Guess what's going to happen? The other hand's going to come back for revenge. The other side is going to be like, well, you know, F those guys who are, you know, Blue Lives Matter or Proud Boys or whatever, white nationalists, whatever you want to call them, is going to retaliate. And then there's going to be other people, protesters shot dead in the streets. Then those people, Antifa, BLM, God knows who, is going to be upset about those guys doing that thing. It's going to be the same thing that happened in Portland with the Rittenhouse situation, where it's just going to be one thing after another, and it's just going to keep doing this. It's going to be like the snake eating its own tail. It's just going to keep going and going and going and going and going until there's nothing left, or this turns into a full-on civil war. These kind of riots and these kind of things need to stop. Real talk. These things need to stop because it's not, if we don't stop it now, it's not going to stop. The violence is not going to stop. We need to stop killing each other, regardless of what side you stand on. If you're on the blue line or if you're on the black line, it don't matter. We need to stop killing each other. Next thing you know, it's going to be mass shootings. Mass shootings, y'all. At some point, it's not even going to matter. It's not even going to matter what side you stand on. You're just going to be a person, an innocent bystander just walking down the street, and some angry dude is just sitting there just spraying bullets everywhere just because. screaming out BLM or they're screaming out the other BLM. This is not how it should be, y'all. But I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. I called it. And the thing is as much as we have not heard much about protests in Portland like that, but now it's gone back up. Chaz and Chop, the same area, back up and running. Chaos is back up and running again, y'all. Again. Because they did not bring not one person. They did not charge not one person, y'all. That's a damn shame, y'all. That's a damn shame. You know what? I'm going to open up the phone lines because I'd like to hear what you guys think about this situation. Give me a call or give us a call at 314-766-4581. Give us a call. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think that the Breonna Taylor case is justified completely, or do you think at least one of those cops should have been brought to justice? Give us a call, 314-766-4581. Love to hear your thoughts on this. All right? But yeah, man.
I see a thing here that they basically, before the announcement was made, there's a U-Haul video of people unloading riot supplies for the protesters prior to the announcement.
Now, here's the thing.
People were prepped.
Now, here's the thing, though. They were prepped, but here's the thing, though. I didn't think that was a chef. I didn't think that was a shield. That looked like just canvas. That just looked like a canvas.
They're saying, we got shield. Like, there's like videos of people like, we got shields over here.
Oh, okay.
Like, and they're pulling out like plywood that has Abolish the Police and things written on it, and like using those as shields, and then
because I saw one
and everything, and masks and everything else.
Gotcha. Because I saw one that was like rippling in the wind and all that. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like literally just a big old canvas like you just paint on, you know what I mean? And it had painted, defund the police. And it didn't look like a shield to me at all. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look nothing. It was light as hell. It looked light as hell. Two people were carrying it like it was like a tiny little paperweight. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, but yeah, I mean, of course they're going to come prepared. If you're going to sit there and say a few days before, we are issuing a state of emergency. You know for a fact, people are in their cars driving up to Louisville because their ish is about to go down. I got friends right now that are, part of press, part of media that capture every type of chaos and every type of craziness that's going on all over, right? All the riots and the protests and all that. I got one of my boys out there right now in Louisville. And he's from here. He's from St. Louis. He's already out there live streaming the protests and everything. Why? Because he caught wind that they were going to do a state of emergency for Louisville. Of course he's going to drive. Of course he's going to be like, hey, I'm going where the action is. Facts. They gave everybody a heads up. Just so you know, if you want to come over and cause chaos, come on over here. We're going to start this in 4 days. Just saying. It's a damn shame, y'all. It's a damn shame. But here it is. And thank you, Tana Vane. They started carrying plywood signs. Okay. I don't know which one you were talking about. Yeah, there's literally a video of a guy two people pulling out a sign, and it just looks like a canvas. It literally looks like canvas. But there could have been outside of that, or after that, or before that, they could have been pulling out huge, hard shield-like signs. You know what I mean? So that could have been it too. But anyway, the phone lines are open, 314-766-4581. Definitely, I would love to hear your thoughts on this situation. And what you think. If you think it's, do you think it's, justice is served, or no? You know what I'm saying? definitely give me a call. 314-766-4581. Brendan, thank you so much for the comment. Said, my heart hurts for her and her family, man. This is so wrong in so many ways. I'll be protesting for as many days as I can. That's what's up, man. You know what I mean? All I say is, if you're going to protest peacefully. Do not do it in a violent way. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? That's all I think that a lot of us are just asking for. You know, we all want to be on this planet and live a peaceful life, right? And have the pursuit of happiness. We don't need the craziness. We don't need the chaos. Real talk, we don't. But hey, peacefully protesting is another thing. Oh, we got a phone call. Here we go. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from? Hello? Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Joseph McEwen calling from Arlington, Texas.
What's up, Joseph? How you doing, my brother? What are your thoughts on everything, man?
Man, pretty much. I mean, I feel like it shouldn't have been justified, but, you know, it's not surprising. It is hurtful because, I mean, a lot of people, you know, hearts are hurting, especially the family, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, my thoughts on it, just in my perspective, is I feel as though it was wrongfully justified just to get them off of the books. Because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people are not going to see, well, you know, what actually had happened. You know, yes, they knocked, you know, even the boyfriend, he even said there was a knock, but everybody, you know, even witnesses can abide by there was no voice. Like, they didn't say anything. I mean, and who knows, they probably could have been covering up the peephole when they did do the knock, you know? And so, of course, it's going to bring in a instinct to protect your family or to whoever is around you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that whole initiative, just by how, you know, and then, you know, I watched when you explained the what was it that he was facing? Only one officer?
Wanton.
It was
wanton endangerment.
Yeah, and only 1 to 5 years. Like, this man is gonna post bail before he even, you know, spends the next probably 2 days, if not on house arrest.
Yep.
So it's just sad because this is something that has been a pattern for so many years. It's been so many years of a pattern. I think at a point, you know, we just get tired, but then it's like, it doesn't change. Like, even when we go out to vote, I really feel like it's more to just voting for a president. You know, it's just all about the people that you have in certain aspects to get, you know, justice and initiatives set in place so that this doesn't happen, you know. And I kind of felt like they were going to be found not guilty just for the fact when the family took that $12 million.
$12 million, yeah.
I felt like that right there was basically saying, oh, we're sorry, but here's $12 million. You know, that's basically what that was.
Yeah.
And as a bite of it not being hush money, it was something to basically say, you know, we killed someone, but our officers' lives matter much more than your daughters did. So here's this $12 million just to, you know, take your mind off of things. That's basically what that felt like. A big old slap in the face. And you will have so many people, like, I seen so many posts, you know, come down after the verdict done happened behind it. And I seen one just nasty, ugly comment where it was a guy, he was saying, what did he say? Oh, I can't quote him on what, but I know it basically was like, he did say thug. He was just like, she shouldn't have been in there with her thug boyfriend, and then she would have never got killed. It was just like a lot of nasty comments behind that.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said again, nobody, you know, no officer is. It's funny. No body cam has been shown, and it's almost like, where is the witness for whoever said to back up a police officer stories, but you have all the rest of the witnesses, but you only have one witness secrete to those officers. It's like, who are they? Who are they? You know, I would have loved for them to really release the body cam footage rather than just give us a runaround, just a story runaround.
Yeah.
And because now you got rioting and you got peaceful protests at the same time. So you're getting, it's so many people getting confused between the riots and then the peaceful protests. And then it's like, well, is it a riot if the police actually initiates the riot? Because, like I said, you even have peaceful protesters out there. They're not doing nothing wrong, but it's always one officer that takes the initiative to shove or push one peaceful protester, and all hell break loose.
Yeah.
You know, it's just interesting. But I'm on my break, you know what I'm saying? I'm at work, and I'm watching, and I'm on my 15, but I figure, you know, it is her, you know, I'm walking around, and it is a lot of, you know, I don't know, it's a very sad energy vibe going throughout the city over here in Arlington. So I don't know, probably 5 years down the line, who knows, we might get something different added to the laws, but I really don't see it happening anytime soon right now.
Yeah. Well, hey, Joseph, thank you so much for the phone call, my brother. All right. Yeah. And
no problem.
I can't, you know, I believe that too. You know, there is a sadness most definitely throughout the country. You know, there's a lot of people that are really sad, you know? So, you know, like I said, Joseph, thank you so much for the call, man. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Stay blessed.
No problem.
All right,
Thank
man. Peace. You know, the other thing is something that I wanted to point out before we jump into our commercial break. Somebody also said this in a comment that I really liked too. They said, okay, so they weren't going to indict or charge any of these officers in connection, you know, in regards to Breonna Taylor's death, but they could have said, we're going to be removing the no-knock procedure. We are going to do something. We're going to change these things. We're not going to do this anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like there's things that they could have done in that announcement that could have helped a little bit, just to show that they are going to do some sort of police reform, that they are going to at least take a step towards changing something, that they are going to learn from this horrific incident and try to change and try to use it to be a stronger and better department. But that didn't even happen. So there's a lot of people, understandably, that are upset. Understandably that they're upset. You know what I'm saying? Whatever side you lean on, it's a sad, unfortunate situation that happened that I really do feel like it shouldn't have happened. It's a bunch of mistakes that happened all at the same time. But anyway, we got to go into a quick commercial break. Phone lines are still open, so I would love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear from your voice. So give us a call at 314-766-4581. We're going to go into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off. Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The first of us crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling that made it. Half of us stumbling the road and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean, rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
You're gonna perform
I'm sorry,
tonight.
I can't make this interview boring because this
No,
man
it's
is
not
too
boring.
exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center, a professional nuisance wildlife management company specializing in providing animal removal for residential, industrial, and commercial clients. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. Exactly which animal are we dealing with? How is the animal getting inside the home? What kind of damage is the animal doing to the structure? Once we get the answers to all of these questions, we develop and write up an action plan to resolve the animal issue completely and provide a quote to implement that action plan. We perform a very in-depth 70-point wildlife inspection. From visually inspecting the highest point, the chimney, to physically crawling inside the attic space and looking for animals, chewed wires, fecal matter, chewed structural wood, we inspect everything. Our inspection process covers all of the following 70 points: animal-proof chimney cap, roof ridge vents, roof to soffit junctions, dormer fascia, attic gable vents, gutter lines, fascia trim, garage door, utility penetrations, water, gas, electric, and cable, bathroom vents, attic roof ridge vents, attic electrical, wiring, junctions, boxes, and lighting, concrete decks, additions, wooden crawl spaces, basement plumbing, penetrations, ceiling, floor, and wall. Wildlife Command Center's mission is to deliver the finest quality wildlife removal and pest control service that is safe for the environment. For more information, call us now.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around and being a part of the conversation. Like I always say, if this is your first time checking out this show, we do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I also do an evening show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do a little bit of like a recap of what we talked about this on the morning show, and also cover up and talk about other things that we have not covered throughout the day. And I also do a lot of Skyping and phone calls from you guys as well. It's more of a kind of like a a fireside chat, I guess, if you will, where everybody can come in, chop it up, talk about their own personal opinions about things that are going on in the world, et cetera, et cetera. And so please go hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below. All right. The phone lines are still open. So give us a call at 314-766-4581. Because I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this, because there's a lot to talk about. There's still, you know, we as a people, we're all upset. We're all going through it. You know, we're all going through this together as a family. You know what I mean? Whether we agree with it, whether we don't agree with it, it's still tough. It's still a tough story. You know what I mean? And it sucks. And you know, one thing I want to point out though too, because a lot of people are dragging Attorney General Daniel Cameron through the dirt. He's getting dragged, y'all. And the thing is I feel bad for him. I'm just going to say that. I feel bad for the dude, because imagine being the guy who has to give the bad news. Seriously, imagine being the dude that has to give the bad news, whether you are whether you are for it or not. Imagine being the dude having to give the bad news. Do you know how hard that must be? Delivering just the facts.
The whole thing, you know, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah. And people are dragging him for it. Now, the thing is, you know, God knows what he has done, what he hasn't done. If he's, you know, like whatever he's done, if it's, we are, of course, all feel some type of way about the situation, and it's terrible. It's absolutely, absolutely terrible. And of course, that's in my own opinion. You know what I'm saying? And still, no matter what, it's at the end of the day, it's not bringing justice to Breonna at all. And of course, no matter what, it's not bringing her back either. So I'm just hoping, like I said in the last few videos and in the last few shows as well, my prayers go out to Louisville as well, because Louisville is going to be on fire for a little bit. There's already police officers getting shot. And like I said, this thing is going to come right back, and people are going to get shot. Civilians are going to start getting shot, you know, because these cops, I'm sure, are terrified for their lives right now.
Right.
These protests or these demonstrations are not peaceful, period. So it's terrible news, y'all. Terrible, terrible news. But we got to jump into the next story, but the phone lines are still open, so I'd love to hear from your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts and everything. 314-766-4581. Give me a call. But we got to jump into this next story now. Trump is Trump has made the headlines. What else is new? Nothing new about this. But President Trump is saying he did not confirm or deny. Let's just say he did not say yes or no to a question that a journalist asked him during a press briefing, and we got the video right here. We're gonna check this out. Take a look at this.
Win, lose, or draw in this election, will you commit here today for a peaceful transferal of power after the election? And there has been rioting in Louisville. There's been rioting in many cities across this country, red and your so-called red and blue states. Will you commit to making sure that there is a peaceful transferal of power after the election?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
Oh, hold up. What the heck? Try that again.
Ballots are a disaster.
There we go.
But people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transferal of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation. The ballots are out of control. You know it. And you know who knows it better than anybody else? The Democrats know it better than anybody else. Go ahead.
Mr. President, the second question is, will you...
Interesting, y'all. So, okay, there you have it, Jack. there you have it. He answered it, I guess, to a certain extent. What? Come on, speak on it, Jack. Come on now.
I mean, so it's not like he didn't say that he. I mean, it's a weird way to phrase the question. First off, like, are you going to commit to the peaceful transfer? That's like assuming that he's going to lose.
Right.
The way that he phrased it, like he should have phrased it better, maybe to get a better answer.
Facts.
But if he were to lose, obviously he's already been setting up, saying that the ballots and the mail-ins and all this stuff are all going to be in contention. And then if he was not to lose, then yeah, it would just be a transition. It's not about the peaceful transition part. The biggest part that I find is weird is saying that get rid of the ballots. And so that's saying, well, what do you mean get rid of the ballots? Oh, the ballots are bad. How are they bad? We haven't voted yet. Like, like what? Like, it's not an issue about if it's going to be a peaceful transfer. It's about whether or not the election is going to go down as an election. There's the way that it makes it seem. Like,
right.
Like, and then I was seeing the other day that they were talking about the reason that they're trying to push to get another Supreme Court justice nominated and put onto the bench before Election Day is because Trump thinks that the Supreme Court is going to decide the election, which I don't know how that comes to play. I'm not sure of what the process of making the Supreme Court decide the election, rather than the votes of the people and of, the constituents that have been designated as the primary voters for the states and whatnot. Like, I don't understand why the Supreme Court would be pulled into play. And obviously, all the Republicans right now are pushing for that date to be done before the election day. So there must be something to that. I'm not familiar with it. Do you know anything about that process, about the Supreme Court being pulled in to decide an election?
I don't know about that part. To be really honest, that's kind of new to me. I'm assuming that maybe if it gets to the point where if he sits there and refuses to step down, which is a possibility. Obviously, we're seeing that obviously he's never gonna back down. So, I think I think that until he has positive, solid proof without a shadow of a doubt that he lost, if he was to lose. Let's be real. If he was to lose, because right now I don't know. Oh boy, it's not looking good right now. Just looking at the facts and everything, looking at polls and everything, and how things have been proceeding, and how Biden has approached everything so far. It's not looking good for Biden. I'm just going to be really honest. But if Biden was to win, let's just say, if Biden was to win the election and Trump was like, hell no, I ain't stepping down. I think it goes down to the Supreme Court. It goes down to their decision.
So what I'm seeing, no, it's not that. If he doesn't, like, if he agrees not, or if Trump were to lose and then not step down, then Biden would have the, like he'd be escorted out. Like, it's not he doesn't get to make that. He can't just stay. Like, that's.
Oh, you're talking about Trump.
Yeah.
You're talking about Trump being escorted out.
The thing that they're saying that would go to the Supreme Court is the decision about mail-in ballots and whether or not they're legal. And so that's where they're saying that the issue is. And that's why they're saying that it will be decided by the Supreme Court, because if all the mail-in ballots have been sent out from different states, then basically the election would have to be reheld, I guess, or only people who went and voted in person would be counted. I don't know.
Interesting.
It is just a messy process, and it's going to be super messy along the way until it's all done.
Forever,
and,
ever.
Yeah.
It's going to be messy forever, ever. I mean, until he says, okay, you got me, you win. Like, it's not going to happen. He's not gonna bow out. He's not gonna bow down.
I changed the locks to the White House. Good luck,
bruh. Like, you never know, man. You never know. But that's the thing. But that's the thing. We'd have to sit and watch. You know what I mean? We'd have to sit back and see what he does. We'd have to see if Biden actually wins. You know what I'm saying? So even for that journalist to even ask that question, I mean, I feel like it was divisive as hell, in my personal opinion, because he's obviously trying to make it seem like, well, he's trying to push some sort of narrative. Of course, if he's going to sit there and go, oh, is Trump going to be that evil, that he would sit there and go, no, I refuse. I won't go out. I'm not going to bow out. I'm not going to go out peacefully. It's divisive, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if he's sitting there like he is still going like, blame the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? He's pointing. He's even doing it too. So I mean, he's making the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe the reporter like made the bed and he's just jumping in it. I'm just going, okay, I'm going to lie up in this, all nestly and comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Because, hey, the election isn't here. It's another, some odd 40 days, something like that. Something like that.
Right.
Something like that. So, I mean, we're going to have to just wait and see what he does. If he's declining the idea of a peaceful transfer, it's an interesting thing to say, but we're just going to have to see what he does if he was to lose. But right now, bruh, here it is, y'all. Here it is. I am waiting for the 29th. I am literally waiting for the 29th. I am ready to see how they proceed on the 29th. Everything rests on the 29th. If Trump comes in and annihilates Biden, it's a wrap. If Trump comes in and Biden actually holds his own, then we got a good fight. Then we got a fight. But I'm waiting for that. We will see with that. But at the same time, everything is going to be resting on the 29th. And in fact, I feel like they need to do another debate. And I really am dead ass serious when I say this. When they were talking about doing it on Joe Rogan's podcast, they should do it. Maybe not 4 hours, but they should do it. Biden should say yes to it and do the debate without a shadow of a doubt. Because here's the thing. There are other people that are not going to be down for the stuffiness of what the 29th debate is going to be on the 29th. It's going to be stuffy as hell. Joe Rogan is kind of that everyman type dude, right? So he's going to ask a lot of questions that I think that a lot of the everyman will want to know. Not sitting there saying that they're not going to ask the same questions in that highly polished, produced debate with all the flashy lights and all that stuff. Cool. But just getting down to the nitty gritty and getting straight to the point where they can speak however they want to speak would be very interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would.
I would love that.
It would.
And Al C just said something I agree. Sorry, real quick, Jack. He said, or they said, they should do, or there should be like 2 or 3 debates between Biden and Trump. And I actually agree with that. I do agree with that. I think that there should be more. But what were you going to say, Jack? I'm sorry.
I saw they came out with a national polls again yesterday, and it shows that Biden's currently 10 points ahead of Trump. But again, I think there's a lot of the silent people that don't participate in the polls.
Word.
So I don't know how much to actually put any type of belief into those numbers and stuff. So
and here it is.
But yeah, it's gonna be.
Here it is though. You got all these riots and stuff going on in the streets right now. There's a lot of bad going on. That's helping Trump. As much as we think, oh, it's not helping Trump, it is. It is. And it seems as if for right now, maybe that's the reason why he hasn't been as active with law and order when it comes to these riots in the streets. Not the protests, not the peaceful protests, not the peaceful demonstrations, but the violent ones. It's just helping his cause. It is.
I saw some people on Twitter were putting out and being like, "Oh, do you think that Trump's behind the U-Hauls with all the stuff? Wouldn't that help his narrative?" And it's interesting to see like the different responses from people, because you want to say, "Oh, that's a conspiracy," but then like,
right,
there's so many people saying it, and it's like, I guess it's possible. But I mean, you know, there's so many different things going on too, because we're at like a war with ourselves here in America, but then we have all these outside influences going on with Russia and China and stuff trying to also like jab into the election process.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, groups saying that, oh yeah, don't pay attention to Russia, only focus on these. And then you have our other intelligence agencies saying that, there's issues from Russia, and like there's already targeting going on for like electoral fraud and hacking and things like that. So it's really, I mean, the technology age we're in is throwing this into a loop too. Because imagine if this was back in the day, and the only thing you could do is vote in person. Like, and the only was hand ballots, and it wouldn't say it wasn't, going into electronic ballot, machines. I guess it could be trusted more back then, but even then, I imagine there were people that were going in and duplicate and going to different areas, and it was harder to track. And so there's probably been electoral fraud from the beginning. But having this is the most vocal that we have people, and being able to reach the largest amount of group of people. Every year as we go on, there's more and more people that get online and transition to being online, and younger groups are coming in that have been growing up with technology that would expect something like this, to be able to have some kind of an easier access to voting. And mail-in voting is, seems to be pretty easy, but obviously not.
Yeah,
So,
it's.
But I just don't see it going down as like, oh yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
it's like when he's talking about using executive power to not let Biden even be like president. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if that's actually in his executive powers.
Yeah, it's
like,
yeah, I don't know. With this thing, it's a crazy. It's a mess. It's one big old mess, y'all. It's one big old mess. Let's just be completely honest. It's one big mess, and we're only gonna find out what's gonna happen as time goes. Like we gotta get to election day, for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying? Even so, real quick before we go on to this next segment, even so, they've talked about, Trump has talked about, oh wait, hey guys, just so you know, there's a vaccine coming. Looks like it's gonna be coming around election day. I mean, there's a lot of things that he's saying and a lot of things that he's doing so he can look good. You know what I'm saying? So that he can get that vote. He's doing everything he can to get that vote. Watch and see, and I'll say, I'll shut the hell up if it does happen, but watch and see if something actually does not happen when it comes to the vaccine. Like it doesn't show up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take this phone call real quick. We got a phone call here, so I'm going to merge this thing. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Zozo Bob.
Zozo Bob, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm here, alive, and
that's good, man. I'm glad you're doing well. Hey, what's on your mind, man? Speak on it.
Well, let's talk about Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Let's see.
What you thinking about?
Imagine if she was a white girl. Would these cops really have killed her? No. They probably would have given her like a fine or arrested her.
Yeah.
Do they see people inside when they started firing? I just don't know like if they knocked open the door, have firing back to them, or they're just firing opening through the door. Like, did they see her and directly fire upon her, or was it just because it was fired into the home?
I mean,
that's why she got hit.
this is just insane. It's like this doesn't happen to white people, white girls, who are accused of even like doing drugs.
Yeah.
They go to rehab.
I mean, here it is. I think that there is. I think that if the situation was different, I think I don't know if it would be the same result. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know if it would be the same result. But at the same time, I think it's a really jacked up scenario. If it was a white girl, yeah, I really do feel that the girl would be still alive. You know, they would have been like, they would have been like, hey, let's talk about this. Something. They would have been tased or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. The scenario is just so hairy and so messed up. But anyway, go ahead, Bob.
Okay. Can I say something?
Sure. Can you turn down Can you turn the show down in the background?
Okay. I'm from Miami. I knew a lot of white girls who were into massive cocaine binges. They knew drug dealers. Nobody ever went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
I also have black friends who, they did a little bit of crack, boom, jail.
Yeah, that and I see what you're saying, Bob. I think that things would be, and that's what's so messed up. You know what I'm saying? One side reacts in one way, and another side acts in a completely different way as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. But Bob, thank you so much for your phone call, man. Thank you so much. Okay. So here it is. Yes, I do believe that too. If it was one side, it would be one thing, and if it was another side, it'd be a completely different reaction. Also, something that Blake just said, I do agree about this. Blake said, if it was a white girl, the news would never cover it. It don't fit their agenda, and I do agree with that too. If it was a white girl that was shot and killed, it would be talked about, most definitely. Social media would be talking about it. YouTube would be talking about it. But mainstream media, I think, would just be sweeping it under the rug, being like, is there melanin? Is there pigment in the skin? No? Okay, moving on. You see what I'm saying? So I do believe that as well. But anyway, we got to jump into this next segment. We got our friend Lydia Caesar in the house. Hail, Caesar! How you doing, sweetheart?
Hey.
What's up, Lydia?
Guys? How are you?
Good.
Hey, Jack.
You're
good to see you. Face, brother.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations on everything. I haven't seen you in a bit.
I know it's been a good while, and I'm happy to see you for real, for real. How's the wife and the kids?
Everyone's doing great.
Good.
Doing
Good
great. How's the baby
over here?
Yeah.
The baby is doing wonderful. She is
That's
upstairs sleeping like a baby.
What I love is that this is the gang is all here right now. The gang is all together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we are back.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Okay, so I understand that you got a very, very short amount of time, so let us get into your stuff. What's going on in pop culture news today?
Okay, so we're going to pivot a little bit. So Kodak Black is back in the headlines, and this time his attorneys are turning to Donald Trump regarding his sentence being reduced. This is how you know he is desperate. And you know what, though? I also think this is a smart move because it is election time, and Donald Trump is doing whatever he can to secure the black vote. So, and also Kodak Black has some really good points that his attorney is making. He's in a maximum security prison, and his sentence does not require that. So they want him switched out of there. He also was punished for having an argument or for having a fight with some of the guards. And they've double slapped him on the wrist. He's only supposed to be doing 6 months. He's doing a year. And then also his attorney, whose name is Bradford Cohen, is connected to Trump because he was a contestant on the Apprentice.
Wait, he was a contestant. He was a contestant on
The
what?
Apprentice.
Ah, thank you. You were breaking up.
On The Apprentice, yes. Yep. In 2005, he was a contestant. And he represented Corey Lewandowski, who is Trump's former campaign manager. So he has the connection to Trump, and he's trying to plead this case that Kodak Black's sentence should be reduced. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with this.
You know what? I think that Trump is going to jump on this because he's trying to secure that black vote like a mug. So I think he might jump on it. I think he might jump on it for show.
Yeah. I see that Kodak Black is suing the Federal Bureau of Prisons for alleged torture as well.
Yes. And you know what? We covered that way back. Like when we were still at the station, we covered the whole. Do you remember when he was being like abused in the prisons, and his mom was pleading for him to be switched? So we definitely touched on that, and you are absolutely right. He is suing them because of that. So it's a lot going on with your boy Kodak Black, and hopefully he, to me, right? You should. Especially as a black man, you should use the system. The system will use you, right? The system will definitely throw the book at you. So if you can in any way manipulate this system in your favor, please do it.
Yes. Might as well, right?
You know, so
use it to the best of your ability. Use it to the best of your ability. Learn the law.
So
use it to the best of your ability.
That's right.
So we're gonna see what happens with that one. I'll be watching that closely, and we'll be sure to report any updates. If his sentence gets reduced, you know Trump is definitely doing all he can to get these brown and black votes.
Yes, everything and anything, anything and everything. Real talk, real freaking talk. You know what I'm saying? What else is going on in the news?
All right. So I got a couple more things.
Sure. Shoot.
Offset is back in the news, and this is such a weird headline, right? The headline is Offset says Cardi B was an embarrassment to him after she dropped WAP, and that he wanted her to tone down the lyrics.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Here's what the article says. It says we spoke to two people close to Cardi. They tell us Offset was upset with Cardi's image. He felt that she was making thought music, which she was a stripper. He married her. She's always been making the same kind of music, so I don't get it. And that he was embarrassed by it. He wanted her to stop. And a friend of Cardi explained that Offset wanted Cardi to stop being so vulgar in her music. He wanted her to be clean, but that's not who she is. And supposedly when Cardi dropped her latest song, WAP, Offset was furious. They say that, he's embarrassed. Which is weird because he's in the group The Migos. Who is they don't make gospel music, y'all.
No, they do not. Far from it. They don't. No, they're not doing. Guys trying to tell you something. Nope, they ain't doing that. They are not doing that song.
Not at all. So, I mean, I'm not sure how accurate this is, if it's just a rumor or not, but it's definitely been buzzing on the entertainment scene. Cardi has, cleared up anything about cheating. She said that they just fought too much. She was tired of arguing. And this source is saying that was what the arguments were based on, like her image and her basically not cleaning herself up and becoming more wife-like. Which is interesting.
Yeah, it is very,
interesting,
very interesting
to say the least. Because even if they didn't break up this time over cheating, he has cheated in the past. So I'm not sure how you can make these demands on your wife, who is obviously securing the bag. Right? Her image is what makes her her image is what gets her paid. And her image is this wild and, sex crazed girl. It is what it is. It's all business, and it's working. So, I can't really see him being serious about this because to me, it's pretty laughable.
Yeah, It's laughable
Pretty
as hell.
laughable.
It's laughable as hell because if you really think about it, I mean, come on now. She is the breadwinner of the two. Let's just be straight funky. And I've never seen any song where he's trying to censor himself in regards to the music that he writes. So it's trash. He's just trying to make something up.
Right.
If this is actually true,
Right.
he is trying his damnedest to try to come out on top of within this whole divorce thing. But hey, if everybody has a problem, if it doesn't make sense for him to have a problem with this song when it's number one everywhere. It is number one everywhere. So if he has a problem with that, he's being whack.
Right.
That's petty stuff.
And and even with this song in general, I saw a lot of double standards, right? Like a lot of dudes hated this song. They were just like, this is trash. It's just, these girls are being hoes, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you men can rap about having sex with women. But then when women rap about having sex, it's a problem.
Right.
I don't understand.
Doesn't
you
make
can
any
rap
sense.
about a woman's body all day. When she talk about her own body, she a hoe. Are you serious?
Yeah, the double standards are hilarious.
Crazy.
Just hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah.
What else is going on?
So, all right. So I'm not sure if you guys touched on this, but did you guys touch on the CEO of Wells Fargo?
No. We have not touched that. And this is ridiculous. Yes, go ahead. Please.
So he issued an apology, basically. Now he's apologizing after he said there's a limited pool of black talent to recruit from when he was being questioned about, why it's not diverse. And basically what he said is, while it might sound like an excuse, the unfortunate reality is that there is a very limited pool of black talent to recruit from.
Bang. He said that. He really did say that.
He said that.
Bruh.
He actually said that.
I can't believe he even had the audacity to say something like that. Please get him fired. Please let his ass get fired. Please.
An apology is not enough. Like, I could care less about your apology. How could you even form your lips to say something so incredibly stupid and so racist and so insulting? I was like, if you bank with Wells Fargo and you're black, you better close your account so fast.
Right.
Because how could you even say that? And now he is walking it back and he's apologizing because, of course, he received so much backlash. And he's basically saying that he shouldn't have said that. So, yeah.
Now he's walking it back. Now he's walking it back.
Yes, and his name is Charles Schwarf.
Yeah.
And he has issued an apology after this comment went viral, and a lot of people, were pissed. Basically, a lot of people are very, very, very upset about this comment, and I think it's too little, too late. What do y'all think? Do you think we should forgive him for this, or like?
Jack, what are your thoughts?
So wait, he says in a memo to employees, he says there's a very limited pool of black talent to recruit from in corporate America. So it was written in June and just became public this week. And perhaps it is the CEO of Wells Fargo who lacks the talent to recruit black workers, said Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. So which is like more likely. And in Sharp on Wednesday, he said in a prepared statement, he reflected his comments reflected my own unconscious bias. There's no question Wells Fargo has to make meaningful progress to increase diverse representation. And he wrote, that's one of those things where old white men, say stuff, and then they realize that they're not just talking to other old white men. And
right,
it's like he's like, sorry. Still bank with us so I can take your money.
Yeah. I think it's too little, too late. That's it. I think it's too little, too late. And why would you? Here's the thing. This is the only thing that I got to say about this. Why people? in all people, because even black people do this, even other people of people of color do this as well. Why do you put out stupid ass things like that? You run a company, doesn't matter. You CEO, you big, you do big things. Why do you think that you have a place to say something like that? Period. What makes you think that that's okay? You got to be kidding me, man. So you suddenly think, oh, you don't think that the general public's not going to read something like that and pass judgment on you or try to cancel yo ass? Right. Think before you text. Don't care. Think before you send out a memo. Think before you tweet. Right. Before you tweet, before you have an interview, think before you speak.
Yeah.
These are the moments why rich people like him should not have a position of power in the first place. It's a damn shame, man. And clearly you're not opening your eyes up and checking things out and looking for yourself.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's sad. What were you going to say?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something, Lydia.
And I mean, Wells Fargo I was going to say Wells Fargo was already in the hot seat a few years ago for opening fake accounts for people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they really didn't need this right now.
It's a special kind of stupid, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a special kind of stupid. But you got anything else? One last thing?
No, that's it. That's my last piece for the day.
Nice. So Lydia, I'm excited for you because you got something really cool going on in the next few minutes here. Something with Tamron Hall. So tell us a little bit about that really quick.
Yeah, so I put out a video just discussing bisexuality in marriage after the Andrew Gillum story that she reported on, and one of her producers saw it and really loved it, and they contacted me to possibly be basically a guest sharing my thoughts on her actual show on the 29th of September. So I had one interview yesterday, and I have my second one following up in the next 10 minutes.
That's
so
awesome.
That's why I have to run to prepare for that.
No, it's all
good.
So
yeah, you might see your girl on the Tamron Hall show at the end of the month. We shall see. I will definitely keep y'all posted.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean that's not even
congratulations.
That's 5 days from now, so that's great. You know what I'm saying? That ain't very far away, so I'm excited for you. Right. You know what I mean? Let us know about that because that's very very exciting.
I will keep y'all posted.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much, and everybody out there in Pascal Land, have a great day. And I will see y'all on Tuesday.
All right.
Awesome. Good to see you, Lydia.
Good to see you.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Yes. So shout out to Lydia. Thank you so much for being on today. But yeah, man, that's crazy. That CEO, Wells Fargo guy.
I know.
That's just so stupid. That is so stupid. That is so freaking stupid. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry. How many ways can how many other ways can you say stupid? You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing to make it that you can say to make it sound okay.
Nah. Nah.
I effed up.
Yeah.
Is what he should have said.
Yeah.
And I'm a bigot, and I.
Yeah, I'm a straight up bigot, and I don't know any better, and clearly I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I shouldn't even be leading this company. I'm done. Let me just bow down. Let me step down and just let me hire a person of color to take over this job. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's the kind of stuff that's just really unfortunate. That there are people out there that literally do think that way, that are literally programmed in their minds in that way, and don't think that any person of color, unless they're unless they're Asian or Indian or something like that, anybody black can't do the job. Aren't smart enough to do the job, or aren't decorated enough to do the job, and it's sad. It's really really sad.
Man.
He clearly is still living in the 80s, basically. Sad. Sad. But anyway. Woo. Well, what a day. What a morning show. It's been nuts. There's a lot of things going on, as we've already talked about. I will be doing, and you know, I didn't get a chance to talk about this, and I forgot, so I'm going to say it now. I will be doing a debate show. So we will be watching the debates, and I will be watching the debates with y'all. We will sit down and watch it live together. So don't be shy about being on with us on the 29th, or with me on the 29th, because I will be streaming it live. Now, the only thing is I need to say this out loud now, because this is something that I'm trying to figure out. I might only stream it on another platform and not on YouTube, because, you know, I love YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. YT, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Fam. But at the same time, they are known to kick people off and ban people because of copyright, restrictions, community guidelines being restricted. You name it, that's what's going on. So I'm thinking of doing something where I go and I do this on another platform. I stream it solely on a completely different platform, because I'm scared of it getting kicked off, or us getting hit with strikes or anything of that sort. Because it is crazy like that. So, and yes, nobleness, I agree with that. Sometimes it can be a real B, and YouTube, I mean, it could be a real pain in the butt. And so with that being said, I'll have more information about it. I don't know if I'm going to just stream it strictly on Facebook, or stream it strictly on Twitch or something like that. But I will be letting you guys know where I'm streaming it. Like I said, I'm just really concerned about getting taken down, like as soon as the debates start happening, and then suddenly we get kicked off 5 minutes in. I mean, that would really suck. And I hate that, because then it turns into, you just wasted all this time to set up, get everything ready, and then now you're getting kicked off. You know what I'm saying? For what reason? You know what I mean? Why? What did I do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see what I can do in regards to that. All right, so just be on the lookout for that, because we will be doing that. But for those of y'all who are just tuning in for the first time and checking out this show, please go hit that subscribe button. Do me a favor, just go hit that subscribe button. That would really mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the likes and the loves and all that stuff and the comments and everything. But hit that subscribe button down below. That would mean the world to me. That would really mean a lot. Okay? But with that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to wrap it up. Thank God the internet has been somewhat okay and somewhat forgiving today so far. Like I said, it's fickle as hell. And I got people coming over tomorrow. I got a technician literally again coming to the crib again to take care of whatever's going on outside, out there. So they're going to be climbing poles and doing what they need to do and all that. So we will be we will be doing that. Actually, and yes, Nobleness D, you should always wrap it up. I totally agree. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on out there. When it's raining outside, you wear a raincoat, right? Yeah. So before we go, I got one thing I want to show you guys, because I thought this was pretty funny. I just got to find it real quick, and then we will wrap up the show. Saw this on Tariq Nasheed's page. I follow him. He's a interesting, very opinionated black man. Now there's something oh man, I gotta find it again. I got to find it again. But it is really, really funny. For some odd reason. Oh gosh, I hope it wasn't taken down. Sorry guys, I'm looking. It's somewhere here. Hold on. It's something to laugh at. It's just something funny. Ridiculous and funny at the same damn time. Ah, there it is. Yes. Okay, so We have got to check this video out. This is something very interesting. Jack doesn't know anything about this. This is literally like a last minute like thing that I'm pulling out my ass right now. There is a video that has come out that is called, well, I'm just going to show you guys the video so you guys can see it with your own two eyes, because it is definitely worth the watch. The most ridiculous thing I have ever seen in my whole entire life. And if you have a problem with seeing the female form, there is no nudity. But if you have a problem with scantily clad women, you've been warned, okay? Viewer discretion is advised. Here we go.
Get your booty to the pole, 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 yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
So, you're really not gonna vote? You know it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? Check it.
A district attorney decides who to prosecute,
Including whether or not to go after dirty cops. Do you know who elects the DA? We do, but you don't want to vote.
Can't make it rain if you locked up on some bullshit.
Want trades and coding taught in our schools?
Then vote for the school boards that will prepare us for the job market.
Want to end cash bail?
Well, then vote for the sheriffs and county officials that feel the same way you do.
But you talking about, oh, they gonna pick who they gonna pick, shawty.
Ferguson just elected their first black mayor. You know how that happened?
It's clear black lives don't matter to some of our current elected officials. If they matter to you, then don't let other people decide who's gonna run your community. Get your booty to the poll. Get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll.
Get your vote, yeah, vote, stretch.
For information on how and where to vote, as well as resources to find out who's running where you live, go to getyourbootytothepoll.com.
Okay, I'm done. I can't anymore. I can't. I'm sorry. I saw this last night, and you know, because I've been sitting around just kind of like, you know, I didn't do a show last night, and I'm like, damn, I wanted to show this on the show last night, and I couldn't even do it, man. Let me just hold up, Jack. What did you just do? What did you just do? What did you just do?
I covered my eyes.
Yeah, averting your eyes. Oh my God, I'm blind. I'm blind. Okay, so now here it is, really, really quick. You know, because obviously there's been a lot of like sad stuff. We've been talking about a lot of heavy stuff today, so I wanted to lighten it up just a tiny bit. But at the same time, who said it was okay to make that video? Who gave the green light to make that video? That's what I want to know, y'all. That's what I want to know. Who said, this is brilliant? We must play this. We must have this. Get your booty to the pole. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That beat bumping, though. That beat goes. Don't get me wrong. But real talk. Who told you it was okay, man? Damn. Who said it was okay?
You know, the polling places were at strip clubs. I think they might be packed. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done. Get your booty to the pole. Get your booty to the pole. Seriously, who said it was? Who said that? Who gave them the green light? You know what I'm saying? Who gave them the green light? Who gave them the okay for that trash, man? Who?
Was there an endorsement after the video?
Yeah, there was an endorsement at the end of the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, go and do this, and you know, go to.
This is from the campaign for Joe Biden.
Oh, wait. Actually, hold up.
You see him over in the corner?
Actually, hold up. That actually is a good question. Hold on. Let me play the rest of this real quick.
Just to find out who's running where. For information on how and where to vote, as well as resources to find out who's running where you live, go to getyourbootytothepoll.com.
That's it. It's just a getyourbootytothepoll.com. That's literally all it is. Nothing other than that. It's just them trying to promote getting people to go vote in their own cities too. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. We all got to get our booties to the poll. But why did they have to take it to a literal sense? Like, why? And do you think, that's the question. Do you think that kind of video, that kind of promo is going to get is really going to speak to black people. Because every single person in that video, every single girl that was in that video was black. Of all various sizes and shapes and colors. And shades, I mean. Of brown. Did that really... Does that... Is that how they... Do they... Whoever put that together, do they really think that that's how... Like, that's how we all think, that we all just go to strip clubs and make it rain? Why? Who gave them the okay?
The people that donated to their GoFundMe.
I'm done.
$12,144. Paul Fox and Angela Gomez.
I'm done.
They're Atlanta-based filmmakers, in particular in Georgia. And they said part of pushing for the change we want to see is helping people put people in office who will support and advocate for those changes on federal, state, and local level. Black women vote more often than black men, so we are focusing our campaign on black men. We'll create a series of PSAs and a meme campaign to inspire our brothers to vote.
But here it is, though.
The campaign isn't a typical talking head PSA.
It most definitely not a talking head PSA. They're trying to speak to our heads and not the ones that are above the waist. They're talking about the one that's below. But they really think do they really think that black men are do they really think that we're wired that way? And that's it? Oh, now, so, because I saw some girl, twerking on a pole. Oh man, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go vote. Cause she really spoke to me. You know what I mean? Cinnamon really spoke to me in that video. Diamond really spoke to me in that video. Mm-hmm. Hennessy really spoke to me in that video. That doesn't make any sense, man. That's whack, bruh. That video whack. That video is whack. But it's out there. And the funny thing is that it's working because we are all talking about it. It may not get people to vote, but it's definitely causing a stir. It's definitely got people talking about it. But we aren't that stupid, right? Black men, are we really that stupid? No, real talk. Black men, are we really that dumb? Are we wired that easily? That we just have a whole bunch of, man, then why don't they have another one where it's just like a whole bunch of watermelon, fried chicken, grape drink? You know what I'm saying? Like just pull out all the stereotypes. Every last one. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, go vote. Hey, y'all, we have flashes of every stereotype in this video. Just for you, black men. Go vote now. Go vote because we need you. And I get it that they need to get the black vote. They need to get black men to get out and vote and all that. And I understand the statistics that you just spoke of, Jack. But at the same time, that's stupid. That approach is not the way to do it. Man. Whack. Wiggity, wiggity, whack, baby. I'm telling you, that was whack. Anyway. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful women. Very, very talented. Very, very talented women. Okay? But at the same time, a lot of upper body strength. I mean, doing the flagpole thing, that's hard, man. I'm telling you, that takes some serious skill. You know what I'm saying? They all should have tried out for gymnastics. Real talk. But at the same time, it's not. I feel like this message that they're trying to put out is falling flat because no one's looking at the actual message. They're looking at what's on the video and laughing at the whole approach instead of hearing the message that they're trying to get across. But anyway, we got to get going, guys. I appreciate all y'all for being on the show today. You know what, Jack? Thank you so much. Lydia, thank you so much. Hail Caesar. I appreciate all y'all for being on. I appreciate the phone calls. Thank you so much for everybody. That was Joseph and also Zozo Bob. Thank you so much for calling in, Bob. Really appreciate it. But anyway, I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be chopping it up, talking about all the craziness that's going on in the world. Hopefully, the protests have calmed down a little bit today. But We will only know once we turn on our tellies, right? Or once we look into our social medias. So anybody who's out there in the midst of the protests in any part of the country, please be safe. All right? We all want you guys to we all want you guys to get back home in one piece, really. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for being on and tuning in and, you know, chopping it up with us. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. I most likely will have some sort of pop-up video coming up here in the next few hours, God willing, if the internet is being nice to me. But anyway, y'all, I love all y'all. Be safe out there. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off
Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers and trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. People so feel that they made it. Half of them stumbling the road and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. You can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.